The college football and college basketball experience weekend bombs episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Bet Rivers. Claim your risk-free bet up to $500 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. Also brought to you by Game Time. Game Time tickets make the perfect holiday gift. Download the Game Time app today. Use the promo code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, sports betting research platform. Parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people.
What's up, everybody? This is Cameron Krog from Loyola Chicago Ramblers, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Shout out to the Broad Stop. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football and college basketball experience. Weekend Bombs edition, part of the C block. Yes. We got everything going on. Folks, I'm very excited about this weekend. I mean, if you love college hoops, you got just big time rivalries. And if you love college football, you got the biggest rivalry, I think, of them all. And we got some FCS games scattered. We're going to be talking all about it. Perhaps you're wondering who the hell you're listening to. That's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Shout out to Jake in the chat. He goes, Dundee, I found out we're having a boy as well. Pray we make it big so our boys don't have to bet on the fucking Long Island Sharks. I made the mistake of taking the fucking Sharks plus 21 yesterday. And they were down 21-0 for the start. Then I grab a live 46.5 at halftime. And the fucking Sharks still don't cover for me down there in South Beach.
They couldn't get home getting 46
and a half.
Jesus.
And a half. I am joined by the bet detective himself. Hold on. Put his Ace Ventura doing some shit like that. Right. Puts it up in the air. He's like, I am joined by the bet detective. Give it up more. The host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast, part of the C block. Yes. Sorry, I didn't do the bombs good enough. My bad.
That's all right.
This is part of the C block though. It's coming right up next. This is double header. All right. This is like getting hot shots and Naked Gun back to back. All right. Give it up for the man in the box, CJ Sullivan. How you doing, buddy?
What's up? Adding one more, the Big Dom Bomb.
Yeah, the Big Dom Bomb. If you haven't seen the video that CJ Sullivan put together, at CJ Sullivan _ on Twitter.
Yeah, it's on all the SGPN sites as well. It's not me. It's Big Dom himself. Coming channeled through me.
Yeah, no, you found some footage.
Yeah, so I found some footage of Big Dom apologizing for last week, and then we were going to bring in some Big Dom bombs. And that's Detective Man in the box, and we're ready. We're excited for the bombs down under and transitioning from football to hoops.
Oh yeah, we got a loaded slate of both.
Yep.
Big time rivalry game. You know, I love the crosstown shootout.
Yes.
We got that going on. The Battle of Skyline Chili. We got
I even have a hoop game tonight that I'm on.
Oh, should we just start there?
Let's toss it out there just because it's time sensitive, for anyone watching. For the live
we like
listeners,
to give the live listeners a little cookie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Cookie. I like that Arkansas Little Rock tonight.
Are
you on the other side?
mainly just because here was the logic.
What a way to start.
No,
off the
Little
show.
Rock's way
I love
better.
it.
Little Rock's way better.
Way better.
But the line stinks.
Oh, fuck.
Why is a 1-9 team?
Courtney Love
Why-
bullshit. How the fucking hell with that?
Her
logic.
legs are wide open at center court right here.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like that line should be 10. Why is it 5.5?
Why look a gift heroin pussy in the mouth? Dive right in there, baby.
I couldn't do it. Because something wasn't smelling. Hey, look. Hey, you know what? I'm disappointed in you.
Raw dog that.
I'm disappointed in you, bet detective. Because
That's
why
right.
is that line 5.5?
All right. Well, that's not the investigating I do. The investigating, I like to get in and get out of there. Fair enough.
No, I mean, look, it's
them.
obvious. It's too obvious. Maybe you hit.
Yeah.
Sometimes, look, it was obvious from Memphis yesterday for me.
Mm-hmm.
-2.5 against VCU. It took overtime, but I got it done.
There's also a good rivalry tonight, Iowa State.
Love that rivalry. The Cy-Hawk trophy on the hardwood.
Love the Cy-Hawk trophy.
I'm all over. See, this line's crept up a little bit, but I still think Iowa State's the play.
No, you always take Cyclones for sure. Iowa away from
Especially
home.
Iowa won last year.
Yeah.
Revenge spot.
And Iowa away from home, you go fade them. And I like the under in that game too, because Iowa just does not shoot the ball away from
too many white guys. They're stable to the court. Iowa State, whatever they did, the days of Jeff Hornacek are long gone. All right, because they were like, hey, you know what? We can't just have all white guys if we expect to go far in March.
No,
so they loaded up. They got a mixture of all different types of humans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they went to the Elite Eight 2 years ago.
They did. Yeah, no, they've always had a good program ever since Natty Light Eustace.
Yeah. So shout out to Troy Tuning. Said he won 2 court cases against my ex, who had a 17.
a lot of family news out there today in the chat. We got kids coming in. We got ex-wives getting out. Fucking restraining orders being sent in. Oh. I love it.
And let me talk to you. We're going to go chronologically. We touched on a little college hoops news for Thursday, but Friday, we're going to go into this. But you see Jim Harbaugh is going to get a 5-year contract extension.
That's hilarious.
In the contract, no NFL jobs.
Cool. That's what they write that in there specifically.
It's not finalized yet, but I was all over this because I know Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm. You do know Harbaugh.
Dude, he's too competitive. I knew when the NCAA fucked with him, I was like, he's not going to the pros.
Right.
He's going to want to just dive into this and watch them win championships and have the NCAA. They picked a fight. This is a guy who punched Jim Kelly on live television.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I was all over this one.
Yeah, I get it. That's college. With any kind of rumor, it's the easiest way to read up your contract. You have any kind of rumors of anyone else likes you. Whoa, what happened? The Bears are called. We'll give him $15 million a year, guaranteed. Guarantee it. Give him $100 million. Get it out of the fucking. Get it out of the public school fund. Whatever. Fuck them kids. Give that to Harbaugh.
Well, to your credit, Willie Fritz, Tulane's coach. Now he's Houston's coach.
Right.
A year ago, Georgia Tech, he interviewed for the Georgia Tech job, but he decided against it. And he said, they asked him, why did he not want to Power 5 Georgia Tech? He goes, me and my wife are going to, we decided no more moving. We're going to retire here in New Orleans. I'm going to coach Tulane until they get rid of me. Only problem is the next year he's at Houston.
Right. Yeah,
That's classic.
They're all liars. They're all scumbags. And Jim Harbaugh is the biggest scumbag of them all. But good for him.
Yeah.
So extend it out.
So Friday we do have a college football game.
He'll break that contract too.
Yeah. I mean, no, contracts are made to be broken.
That's what he does.
Right?
He leaves.
Yeah.
And he gets run out because he's an asshole. Every person he comes across, he treats with complete.
I happen to be a huge fan.
He treats with complete disdain. No, I'm sure, and I like it, and I get why. I'm like these big Dom glasses are kind of the Harbaugh glasses too. Yeah. He puts in these old fucking eyeball readers,
YouTube.com/the college experience, folks.
He puts his big ass eyeballs in. Shout out to the Green Bay Packers for 700 wins, and shout out to Modern Day High School and University of Michigan. Go fuck yourself, Harbaugh. This 20-minute propaganda speech.
Love me some Jim Harbaugh. Love me some Jim Harbaugh.
He'll be on the Bears. He'll be on the Bears.
He'll be on the Bears in the next 6 months.
Absolutely, he will be. With that extension. Guaranteed. He'll take that and we'll go. He got ran out of fucking Stanford with an 85%.
He's a good guy.
With an 85% win percentage, for Christ's sakes, even with the Niners. Like,
the only thing questionable was that sleepover with that kicker. That was the only thing where I was like, I don't know, I'm not on Team Harbaugh here. All right.
I'll give Harbaugh this, and I'm big on the white angle sports release. You know, all that
the white
stuff,
angle.
the white angle, the white skilled players, that market, because defenders can't believe how fast they are, and they take bad angles on them.
Yeah,
and there's a discrepancy in the market, and Harbaugh used that to his advantage at Stanford.
he did.
You know,
very much. He was way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I mean, it almost seemed illegal. What the hell was going on over there? It was like white right, white left, student body white. Toby Gerhardt. I mean, what in the fuck was going on? I was like, I remember watching like a Stanford Mormon. What the hell's going on up there? I know it's a smart school, but Jesus, can we sprinkle in a?
You would think you would use those smarts to realize that there's better.
Jesus, a white quarterback. What the hell's going on out there? Anyway, so I'll give Harbaugh credit for that. He was ahead of that angle in the market.
Yeah, Friday we got a college football game. It's in Missoula, ESPN 2, FCS playoffs.
Oh, give me some FCS. Let's do it.
We got Furman, the Paladins, down there in Greenville, South Carolina. You been down to Greenville, South Carolina?
I have been to Greenville, South Carolina. Yes,
right outside of Clemson.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, done shows there.
Well, they're heading to Missoula,
where
they're calling for a fucking snowstorm tomorrow night. Originally. What are you looking at?
Look at 17.
Yeah. Originally, I was going to take the 17.
Yeah.
But then I saw the snow.
Snow scared you?
Dude, who the fuck on Furman's ever played
Carolina
snow?
Doesn't do snow. They don't do they don't do snow. You're right about that. They don't like that.
High of what, 28 degrees?
Yeah, that's not yellow. They don't do Yellowstone weather.
They're going to get fucked up now. So I don't think we have I don't think we have a weekend bomb.
No weekend bomb edition. No money line. I'm not even seeing a money line for this. You see what? Is Vegas even offering it?
I think you lay the points.
You lay with Montana?
I think you do.
How about that other game, that early morning?
Yeah, let's transition. Well, first, hold on. Is there any on Friday college hoops that I like? No.
Friday night college hoops is always Ivy League, right? If I recall.
Yeah. I mean, they still haven't gotten into their real rhythm of their schedule. There is a Harvard game, but they still haven't gotten into
the pattern. Right? I mean, it's early yet.
Yeah.
Still.
But let's talk about Saturday. Let me pull up a little something here for Saturday. I'm going to go chronologically on Saturday. This is the way that, in my opinion,
I was saying, you don't like that Nova South Dakota State game?
I'm taking Nova in the points.
20.5.
20.5. So
early.
9 a.m.
Early
Pacific
morning.
time.
That's what I'm saying. Early morning.
Saturday slate. If you love college hoops, college football, it's perfect.
This is a Friday morning. Why is it a Friday morning?
No, Saturday morning.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Saturday morning. That's a Saturday morning.
It's wrong on my. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
I don't know why
we only have one Friday night game. That's the Montana game. That's the Montana game.
All right.
But I've already done the deep diving for you folks. I'm going to go chronologically here for you. Because what is great about this Saturday, if I had to deem this college basketball Saturday, I would say this is rivalry Saturday in college basketball. There's another one that happens in January where it's in conference. This is more non-con rivalry Saturday. And we're going to open things up with we'll start with that Villanova South Dakota State game, even though that's not the first thing on the slate. The first thing on the slate at 8:30 is Syracuse Georgetown, a legendary college basketball rivalry. You got this is a brand new era for both teams here. Boeheim's done picking boogers on the sidelines, and now it's Adrian Autry heading down to DC to take on Ed Cooley. They're calling this one the Capital One Arena now. I expect this line will be, if I had to guess, let me just double check and
because these lines are not out yet.
Yeah, well, that's we're always going to have to battle that.
That's the fun of the show.
Now, I will say this: I expect this line to be somewhere around the likes of. Where is this game? Where is this game? Why can I not find it right now?
I'd say Syracuse is a short favorite.
That's what I was thinking too. But
4.
why can I not find it? I was thinking maybe even 2.
2 to 3. 2 to 3
It's probably
range.
right in front of my face.
2.5.
But I can't find it.
I'm salty because I played Georgetown versus Merrimack last week. There's a 10-point favorite.
Syracuse
they
minus
barely
1.
-1. Where are you picking this up at?
Well, we got a couple different
All right,
sources.
fair
here,
enough. Syracuse -1. Give me Syracuse. Although usually Boeheim doesn't make his team leave the state of New York until fucking Martin Luther King Day. I mean, they got like 19 wins under their belt.
Yeah.
They're playing Albany. Ithaca. I mean, Jesus Christ. So the conference is making them go down to DC down there in the tough.
This is old school. This dude
This is a
growing
great
up.
rivalry.
Growing up,
This is
this
the
was
best.
you get punched in the face
Man,
watching these games.
How many Thompsons has Boeheim been through? He's been through the son. He's been through the dad.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. That's true. And now Ed Cooley, who was a big time friend of John Thompson Sr., that's why he took the job. Yeah, that game's awesome. Early in the morning. That's one of the rivalry games. Now I
Classic rivalry. There's your Derek Coleman's.
Oh yeah, Dikembe Mutombos.
Mm-hmm.
Now how about this one? Mississippi State is at 8:30 also. So we're going chronologically here. Mississippi State, the Bulldogs, Chris Jans. All right, they were looking really good, 6-0, right? 6-0 to start the season. Then they lose to Georgia Tech in Atlanta. Follow that up with an upset. The Southern Jaguars out of the SWAC come into Starkville, win 60-59. Now they head to New Orleans to take on Tulane and Ron Hunter. Remember Ron Hunter in the fucking chair?
Of course.
He was in the chair in March Madness where his son made that shot. He falls out of the fucking chair.
Fell right out of the chair.
Yeah. He got a cast on his foot and everything. I am seeing this line sitting there at Hale State -5.5.
Wow. I like Tulane.
I think we have a bomb.
I think we got ourselves
I think we found our first bomb.
I think we got an early morning rise and shine,
yes.
flipping flapjack bombs,
little Creole bomb,
flipping flapjacks and gumbo. Yeah, little gumbo bomb.
That New Orleans. You like? Let me ask you something. You go New Orleans seafood over Maryland?
New Orleans seafood over Maryland? Nah, I can't go that far. It's a different kind of
You don't
seafood.
like all that shit in there, huh?
I'm not gonna
You don't
say
even know.
that.
You might get some alligator in
You
there.
don't know what you're getting in there. Your gator, it's part of the beard in there. So.
I mean, that's always a big question in the world, I feel like. You got to sit down with someone, you got to know where they side on the Maryland, New Orleans seafood.
I have trust issues with seafood to begin with.
Really?
I mean,
not a big seafood guy.
So I just think it's a world we don't belong in. They don't belong with us. Why taunt them? It goes
You're
below.
not a sushi guy by any means?
No, absolutely not. It goes below the surface. We're above the surface. They, we breathe oxygen. It suffocates them. They breathe water. It suffocates us. You know what I mean? We're the complete opposite. We should be fucking with them, and they should be fucking with us.
So you're talking about nothing in the ocean you don't fuck with.
I mean,
I get you a swordfish right now.
No, I'm not saying I don't eat seafood. I'm not saying that. Of course, you have to eat seafood, but I'm saying I don't want unreliable sources down there in the cage, and who knows what's going on there in the swamps and stuff like that. I want to keep it. I want to be able to look it in the eye.
Yeah, not a Long John Silver guy.
I'm not a Long John Silver.
All right, so those are the 2 8:30 games.
They would always fuck up a food court too.
They would. Long John Silver, that smell will fucking absolutely fuck over.
Contaminates the next 4 places in the food court.
You're sitting there trying to sell Chinese food. This fucking
There's people giving out
Sabaro's pizza just getting destroyed.
Right,
by Long John.
Chinese food are giving out samples. They're part of the community. Long John's puts their stank all over the goddamn place. I can smell it in the clothes in the baby gap. For Christ's sakes, if I run in a mall, get this Long John Silver the fuck out.
I think you're onto something here. I think you're really onto something here. All right, look, we're gonna get to that 9 a.m. game in Brooking, South Dakota. But before we do that, I want to tell you that the college basketball and college football weekend bombs is brought to you by one and only Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers is available in over 14 states plus Ontario, Canada. Bet Rivers has some of the best live betting markets in the space. Their betting menu is second to none, including a ton of props. Look, my Bet Rivers play of the day is to ride those clones, those Cyclones, to get it done against
Love it.
the Hawkeyes tonight in Ames. So what are you doing, folks? Sign up with our link to get a risk-free bet up to $500. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetRivers. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetRivers. Problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. They got all the pro sports, NFL, NBA, NHL, but they also got college football and college basketball, and it is fantastic. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in, people. I mean, I really buy into this product. I know they're our sponsor. You're supposed to read those things and just, with enthusiasm. But I buy into this product. I'm even going to ask you about this. Coach's son, Iowa State today, Patrick McCaffrey. Higher or lower 10.5 points on the road there.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm going lower.
Even though he's the coach's son, because he gets a pass.
He does
it's a pass.
You're right. He does get a pass, a very long leash.
Feel like he can go 2 for 17 and he's fine.
I'm still gonna go lower on the road for sure.
All right. Absolutely. So we're loading up on Pat McCaffrey. So here's the deal: you got to do 2 or more players from different teams. All right, but it's kind of like, you just stack them up and your odds increase by each person you name, or the more players you name. Let's look on the other side of that. We got this guy, Trey King. This guy's been at 30 colleges. He was at Georgetown. He was at Eastern Kentucky. He's been everywhere. He's at a higher or lower 10.5 points against those clones. I'm sorry, against those Hawkeyes.
Against the Hawkeyes, right?
Yeah. Or look, maybe you want to. Maybe we can throw that. Actually, let's take a look at this one. I know you're on the NFL tonight.
Yeah.
We got the big game, the Pats at the Steelers. Bailey Zappi, higher or lower higher or lower half a passing touchdown.
Will Zappi throw a touchdown tonight? I'm gonna say no. Absolutely not. I don't see how New England scores at all.
All right. See, this is a Sullivan play here. Let's throw 50 American on that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Payout is 150, folks. All right. This is what we're talking about here when we talk about what's so great about Underdog Fantasy. So what are you doing, folks? Watch along, make picks, maybe make some extra cash over on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. When you sign up with the promo code TCESGPN, once again, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back on the college football and basketball experience weekend bombs edition. So I'm not going to force you to give your opinion on who's going to win the D2 and D3 playoffs at 9 a.m., but I'll be watching. But Villanova heads to Brooking, South Dakota, to the Dyke House. Villanova's catching 20.
It was 20.5 when I looked, when I brought it up, when I thought it was Friday morning, because according to the sports book, it's an error. It's obviously Saturday morning. It just ticked up to 21, and it's juice.
21. You got to take it right now.
And it's juice to South Dakota State, meaning it's still going.
I'm all over. So look, I don't think this Nova team will have a problem with the weather. I understand it might be a little bit, you get out there in the Badlands, Brooking, South Dakota. It might be a little bit tougher than.
What do they think? It's Acapulco out there in the Schuylkill Expressway in Philadelphia. They're used to shit weather.
And this
is a storied program. They're back-to-back Walter Payton Award winners. They had Brian Finneran,
Howie Long,
Brad Finneran, Brian Westbrook.
Everybody. They got everybody.
Andy, who's that quarterback? They had
Daniel Smith.
They had an amazing team.
Well, here's why I'm buying in, buddy.
All right, I'm taking the 21 right now.
Look what they did at the last time they hit the road. They went to Delaware, another FCS playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
They beat them 35-7. That defense is stout. I think they can cover the 21. You look at their other road performances at New Hampshire, who we thought was going to be an FCS playoff team preseason. Right. They win by 12. Now they did give up 33 that game to Brosner and company. The point is, though, is this team, short of playing Reese Poffenbarger in Albany and UCF out of the Big 12, they've been fire on the road. They're undefeated on the road besides those 2 games. And that is why they cover the 21.
Yeah. That's way too many.
Way too many. Way too many. So that's 9 a.m. You know what else is happening at 9 a.m.? You're getting some absolute fire college basketball matchups. All right. Illinois just beat Florida Atlantic at Madison Square Garden.
They did.
Great game. Now they head to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yep. Now the old Bruce Pearls.
I think this line will be somewhere around Tennessee -6 or 7. Right?
That high, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have a live dog barking in Knoxville? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I think.
I just think it's tough to win back-to-back games against that quality of opponents. And
just coming out of that tournament, at the Garden, and for sure.
Rick Barnes in November, December, I love taking him.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
In those games.
For March. Got to go big on Barnes.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. Early game. Those are the tough ones to get up for. They usually get jumped on the early. That's a kind of a buzzsaw when you get those orange painted, nipples.
The whole fucking town.
Right, yeah, good God, the checkers.
You know what I mean? You can't escape the Tennessee fans, man.
How about that Kentucky Penn game?
That game's a little bit tricky.
Yeah,
I think.
I like that. Is that at the Palestra? Where are they playing at?
I think this is in Philly.
It's in Philly
somewhere,
sure.
right? This is. I think it's at like the Wells Fargo. Is it?
Yeah, they'll be playing at Wells Fargo, which is unfortunate.
But still, look at Kentucky
because it's Kentucky and they have such a crowd.
I was on UNC Wilmington the other day. We gave that away outright, by the way.
Yes,
great letdown spot after Miami.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't like it at Wells Fargo because that gets rid of your home court advantage. You know what I mean? I want that game played at the Palestra.
But I still think they're going to cover this thing.
Okay.
I know they're coming off a loss, but
what are they getting there?
It'll be somewhere around the likes of where are we at here? Where are we at? Let's say,
if you were to guess it,
I was going to guess something probably like 10 points.
I was going to say 11.
Okay.
I was going to say 11.
Why am I not seeing this? There we go. Wow. I'm seeing 14.
14. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm all over Penn then.
Okay.
Because Kentucky's struggled against the mid majors. St. Joe's took them to overtime in Rupp.
Yeah, in Rupp Arena.
The Texas A&M Commerce covered against them. I think they even had a lead at halftime. So there's been a couple. If you're a decent program, like I said, Wilmington beating them, they did blow out a couple of shitty programs like Stonehill, but Stonehill's so bad. I think Penn can cover this game, especially because North Carolina's on deck for Kentucky.
Right. I think the line's caked up because they just had the upset versus UNC Wilmington. You know what I mean? So anytime that happens, they expect to bounce back. They'll be angry. They can be angry all you want. Obviously they beat Miami by 20 or whatever the hell it was the other day.
Yeah.
And Marsh, but like I've said, all those games are home. This is a tough road game.
Yeah. Also at 9 a.m. is California. Mark Madsen is heading to Henkel Fieldhouse to take on the Butler Bulldogs.
Yeah, I don't like their chances there. Come on.
Yeah, especially like I look, but I'm going to take you to one in a second. But that's at 9 a.m. That's a really good game. Cal's 3-5, but I think they're a good 3-5 if there's such a thing. Devin,
you don't mind a cross country early morning?
No, I think Hinkle's too tough. But Devin asked you, it's going to be an intriguing game.
Yeah,
it's a game time decision. I need to know if he's playing, if I was even going to consider taking Cal. But let's talk about the Gamecocks.
Where are they at?
They're heading to Greenville, North Carolina to take on
Swashbuckler.
So let me get this straight.
Right.
Carolina, 7-1, just lost their first game to Clemson.
They did.
Right. Had a halftime lead, blew it. Clemson got the dub. ECU 6-3. I think everyone's going to be thinking Carolina's going to bounce back after that Clemson loss.
You're just saying it. Caked in.
I think this line will be somewhere around Carolina -6. I see a live dog there in Greenville, North Carolina. Call me crazy over here.
No, I agree with you. They're definitely a live dog. My only hiccup with South Carolina is they beat my national champion Grand Canyon. Gave them the only loss they have in there. it was only by 5 or 6 points, 7 points. I'm sorry. Grand Canyon, who I was on the other night.
Yeah, that's tough.
Shout out to them with their first top 25 win.
I took them against San Diego State.
Wrong team favorite there.
All
Come on.
day. That place, you can't walk into that place and win.
Like I said, that's not a basketball game. It's a Miami nightclub in the desert. It's absolutely fucking lit out there. So I have as many shares as you can on Grand Canyon to win the national championship. For South Carolina to beat them, that's like beating the 91 UNLV Rebels.
But that was a neutral.
I know.
South Carolina's got to go into G Vegas.
I'm just joking. I like East Carolina here as a live dog for sure. I'll go ahead and throw a bomb.
That's a bomb.
That's definitely a bomb.
Bombs are here, folks.
People don't understand those rivalries. Those Carolina rivalries.
Oh, man.
When you start getting out the north and south, when you start getting to the south and east, west, the
amount of brisket thrown.
They got that mustard rub out there too.
Man. And if you go up in the mountains, they got that hickory kind of what am I looking for here? Kind of almost like a vinegary base.
Yeah, it's a vinegary. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that's the 9 a.m. spot. 10 a.m. though, before we get to the college football slate. Purdue, Alabama, and all of guess where this game's being played? If you can guess accurately where this game's being played.
Purdue, Alabama?
Yeah.
I'll say it's at the Birmingham baseball field that Michael Jordan built the Negro League Hall of Fame in Birmingham, Alabama.
No, this is in Toronto, Canada.
What? Why are they in Toronto, Canada?
I got no fucking idea besides Zach Edey's from there. They're trying to pay homage. Hey, you come back for your senior year, we'll play a home game for you.
I'm already sick of Purdue. I've seen them they're everywhere. And they're so fucking whatever.
So Purdue's going to be a 6-point favorite, maybe a 7-point favorite in this game.
Probably more, yeah.
It's a home crowd for Zach Edey. He's from Toronto. Any chance you're riding with the Tide, even though Grant Nelson, the Bison transfer of the forward, is a game time decision for the Crimson Tide?
Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough spot for
the regular season. This is like the Barnes play.
All right.
I like Purdue in the regular season.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
And they're on a mission this year. They're focused, but none of this matters until March for Purdue.
So no live bomb for you here.
With Alabama, they lost to Clemson. They haven't looked great.
There haven't been any murders this year.
There hasn't been any murders, no dishing off the weapons.
How serious are you taking this potential championship run if you hadn't had any murders yet?
Mm-hmm. Right. They're not focused.
You know what I mean? They're clearly not focused.
There'll be some points scored in this game though, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought I might be able to. What about this one here? Kansas State.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Is heading to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Back to that seafood.
Yep. Kansas State off an emotional buzzer beater versus Villanova.
That killed me. I was on Nova.
Were you?
I
2.5. I had K-State.
That one killed me.
And that they would have covered too if he misses that because you get the free bound and the foul. And the whole thing. I know.
Terrible. Horrible.
Great game though. Horrible.
I see though K-State as a short yapper.
You want to talk about
a favorite?
You want to talk about a bad beat? Last night I had the under in the Maryland Penn State game.
They're going to overtime. I was on Maryland -7 though. Maryland only wins by 6.
But it was 140.5.
What was that for closing number too?
The 140.5.
What was the final score?
Oh, I mean, it went way over once it got to overtime, but it was at 138 with 4 seconds to go. So that fucking idiot fouls him coming in to force overtime. It would have been 138.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's tough.
He's looking around like, I touched the ball. Get the fuck out of here, you mop. off a timeout. What's going on down there?
Yeah, dude, I was on Maryland -7. They only won by 6. Fuck me up.
Well, it was a great play for you. You got the overtime.
They still didn't hit.
I still didn't hit, but at least you had a chance.
Yeah, I was rooting for it.
It killed
time.
my under.
I love that kid.
So bad.
Let me ask you about this one though. So K-State's going to be a 1-2 point favorite there in Baton Rouge.
Yeah,
it's a short yapper, but you think the Tigers are alive?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, in Baton Rouge there.
Of course, it's a letdown for K-State. Those Saturday games in there.
I think they're alive too,
for sure. I mean,
I don't know if that qualifies as a bomb.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Okay.
But they were embarrassed for Syracuse a little while ago.
Yeah. Now let me ask you one more though. At that same time slot.
Okay.
For some reason, Florida State's playing in Tampa. at South Florida. South Florida's been a fucking mystery team this year.
Mhm.
I mean, I've lost substantial bets, but
yeah, the Bulls are.
they're getting 8.5 points at home. That is a bomb if they can beat Florida State. Little brother against big brother.
They're a much different team at home, for sure. Like you said, I don't know why Florida State is going to Tampa Bay. It is a chip on the shoulder, but they've, on the road they've not.
Any chance you're interested in that bomb?
I mean,
No. It sounds like that's enough.
I watched some of them. I watched when Hofstra beat the living bejesus out of them.
I would. That's one that I lost a bunch of money.
That's why I lost on that one too, and that's kind of looks a pretty bad taste.
Okay, how about this one though? This one now.
All right.
The Flamin' Libs are in Lynchburg, Virginia. Which, if you have not been to Lynchburg, well, I haven't been, but this place gets lit. They got all that Falwell money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And they are laying 5. Grand Canyon is at Liberty. Can we go into the Hornets' nest? And
I just talked about how Grand Canyon's my national champion. They are an absolute squad. And they didn't even play good for San Diego State too. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't really play their A game, and they still should have won by 15.
Yeah.
Even with a bad game, San Diego State went on a run in the end to make it close.
So that's why they can do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. So you like a Liberty here?
No. Grand Canyon's a 5.5 point dog.
Yeah, Canyon's the dog.
We take Grand Canyon. Right?
I'm saying but it is kind of a letdown spot.
The problem is this place gets lit.
Liberty does get lit.
And Liberty is a good program.
I don't give a shit. Give me Grand Canyon.
Let's go. There's a bomb for you, folks.
We are bombing Grand Canyon.
All right. Now we're on that 11 a.m. time slot everyone's talking about. All right.
Everyone's talking about this one. I got one in this 11 a.m. slot.
Oh, buddy. Let me tell you, the 11 a.m. slot. Auburn, Indiana, in Atlanta, Georgia. Why? I have no fucking idea.
What is going on?
But anyway, we got Auburn at Indiana. Indiana just won at Michigan. Meanwhile, Auburn went. They were wild. They were like, "Hey, we're going to play a game at Appalachian State." They found out that you don't. I mean, I encourage this, but when you schedule a group of 5 that's not used to having a P5 come in there, well, Boone burnt down that night because that was just a bad spot to catch them. But Auburn, Indiana, this one going on, like I said, Atlanta, Georgia. I think this line will be somewhere around. It's going to be an Auburn crowd because Auburn's not that far from Atlanta. So I'm assuming it'll be like Auburn minus.
Of course, it'll be an Auburn crowd.
I'm assuming it'll be Auburn -3, maybe.
Yeah, 3.5, even slightly higher than that. I think I would put it down at 5. I mean, like you said, it's going to be a crazy.
I'm going to jump on Auburn here to bounce back.
It's
Indiana, great win at Michigan. That's a rivalry.
Yeah, it's going to be a
buzzsaw
down there. That's going to be pure South.
All over.
They're all close to Atlanta.
Bruce Pearl.
If you die in the South and you go to you got to connect through Atlanta just to get to heaven.
Yeah.
That's the only goddamn civilization they have down there.
Yeah. I mean, Bruce Pearl, you know how many Cadillacs he's got kids in Atlanta? All right.
Yeah, I love Atlanta.
So that wasn't the one you were talking about here, but can I interest you in how about the coaches? The coach that loses this game is going to get fired. Louisville at DePaul.
Yeah, no shit. Jesus God. That's
I'm seeing this line sitting there at somewhere around, and I gotta dig deep on this one because this game sucks ass. Where the hell is this matchup? I'm seeing. I think they're gonna make DePaul a 2-point favorite. I think we got a yapper. I think Louisville's better than DePaul.
Yeah, Louisville is better than the yapper. You don't talk about a terrible coach, though. I mean, like he is clueless out there. Hope they bring the right tights, though.
Yeah.
Hope they bring the right tights.
No, so that's not your play. Okay. What about the FCS game at 11?
I'm talking about a bomb. I'm not talking about a yapper.
Oh, at 11 a.m.
11:15. 15 minutes later.
Are you talking about the Charlotte Clits?
I'm talking about them Charlotte.
Woo!
Come on now.
Going to Cameron Indoor Stadium. Now, the only problem is Duke's lost 2 in a row. Charlotte's good. They're a good team.
They got talent. They returned a lot of players, but it has not come together yet. And they look bad.
And you're talking about little brother coming in there.
Little brother coming in there. I know. And the reason why this line will be huge.
I'm seeing speculation that this line will be sitting at somewhere around the likes of where the hell Duke minus 13.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll grab all those points. I'll grab all those points.
Folks, that is a true bomb. The Clits coming into Cameron Indoor. I think they can cover it. I don't know if they can,
You don't like that,
they can
buddy?
win outright.
You don't think they're get there outright?
Cameron Indoor is tough.
It
Buddy.
is tough,
Yeah.
and you're right. They are coming off 2 losses,
And the whistle don't necessarily go your way.
Yeah.
Cameron.
You're right, absolutely. But I mean, their starters, they're going to return. They're not playing well right now. They're like, you want to call it a slump, call it whatever you want.
But those were
Mitchell
away
looks
from
bad.
Cameron Indoor. That was in Atlanta
Yeah,
and
they were.
Fayetteville.
That's true.
Just saying.
They've already lost home games too. Obviously, I mean, granted, it was to Arizona, you know, but
can I interest you?
What's their good win this year? Michigan State, who's also been terrible this year. I mean, it's, you know,
It's fair. It's fair. Can I interest you?
Yeah.
In an FCS bomb at 11 a.m.
Of course. Always.
The Bison of North Dakota State are heading to Vermilion, South Dakota. You know, we love Vermilion.
Yes.
And South Dakota won the first matchup back in late September in Fargo.
And Fargo.
They've been the better team all year. Their only 2 losses are to South Dakota State and Missouri of the SEC. So they're getting 6.5 at home, and they're the higher seed just because North Dakota State's history, just because Carson Wentz was holding up trophies 5 years ago.
Come on.
I think the Coyotes are live. I think we got ourselves a bomb at the Dakota Dome, that filthy roller rink in Vermilion.
I mean, this is a great one. Why is this line like that? Talk about a court.
Just because the history. Everyone's going to bet North Dakota State. If you don't know FCS, I'm like, give me
right,
North Dakota State.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
It's like Rowan or whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Division 3. You put them right through. Mount St. Union. You all right? They're going to be there. Chinese Taipei, Little League World Series. You put them through to the finals.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And this is why they get it done.
All right.
That's a fucking
I'm on
bomb
South
for
Dakota
you.
State for sure.
That is a bomb for you.
I hope my other team can get it done.
Moving to the noon slate. Game of the day. Army, Navy.
Woo-wee.
3-point spread. If you could find a 2.5 out here.
Yeah, I already locked them in at 2.5.
Now,
I love Army.
Over unders at 27.5.
That's going to keep coming down too.
I'm going over this time.
I am going over too. I think it was like I think like 4 of the last 5 would have went over that total. Everyone's like, oh, it always hits the under, which is true, but the numbers used to be up in the 40s and 50s even almost. Only recently has it come down towards it. And we've never seen a number like, now granted, last one went to overtime or double overtime.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they go to overtime a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's very always in play because it's always locked in tight. So I like the over as well. Hopefully it'll come down to even lower than 27. But if not, I'm fine with it there.
Love. I'm going over, and I'm going Black Knights.
Yeah, I'm going Black Knights. They've won.
They stopped passing. You know that there's an easy way to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Stop throwing the ball. Navy's still over there trying to finesse this fucking passes left and right, throwing 14, 15 passes a game. Guess what, Army? They took on Coastal Carolina last game. Big upset by Army. Through 1 pass, incomplete.
Amazing.
That's the way I like to see my stat sheets.
Amazing. Now, are you a little worried that was what, November 18th was the last time they played?
A little bit, but if anything, that to me, it hurts the passing team more than the running team.
You're right about that. Just timing and all that stuff. For like, I tell you what, you don't have to worry about when you got a game like Army Navy is people opting out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no one's sitting out this game.
We look at the bowl schedule. I'm like, I don't know any of these. Florida State's Johnny Wilson's already out. Like,
right.
Starting guard transfers. You know what I mean? Like, you look at every bowl game, you're like, what the hell is this? This is the only December game we can trust.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's goddamn right. So you're watching.
Don't got to worry about it.
You're watching.
You don't got to worry about your staff being at San Diego State. You know what I mean?
Love this game. Not only are they showing up, they have to show up. They're enlisted. They're doing it for us.
Oh yeah.
I used to go to this every year. I said in Philadelphia. I don't like this. Was in Foxborough this year.
Foxborough.
What the fuck are they doing?
I don't know what.
I don't like them messing around with this. And whatever. It'll be a fine environment up there. But
best rivalry in college football.
Absolutely.
That's fucking
100,000%. The skits. If you've never gone, you do have to go. You have to see the visual of them coming in. Doing their formations.
They're going to FedEx next year, which I have a problem with too. But I still might go to that game.
It's worth going.
Okay.
I mean, I complain because I used to go to Philadelphia, and it's only the nation, the real nation's capital.
We're gonna do this live on TV.
They moved it to DC because they didn't want anyone blowing
had
up
a
Philadelphia.
fucking river there. It was for defense tactics.
Across the river, right? Exactly. Like, well, listen, we want to be under attack. Put this shit in DC. Who cares? They blow that up. Get their fucking statues and their museums down there, and we'll write some important documents.
Yes, folks.
But yeah, I like Army, and then I like the over.
That's not a bomb necessarily.
No. But that's a salute.
The over might be a bomb.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, everyone thinks to take the under. So, anyway. All right, let's jump back on to what's going on in this noon slate. You see what I see on this noon slate? I see premier matchups, buddy. The Badgers, the red-hot Badgers on Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin is right. They destroyed Michigan State, right? Fresh off their big shock of smart upset of Marquette.
They are heading to Tucson, Arizona. Where Arizona is going to be laying about 7, 8, maybe even 9 points.
The newly number 1 Arizona.
Brand new. Caleb Love, number 1 Wildcats. All right, I got a little music for that.
W-I-L-D. Cats. W-I-L-D. Wildcats.
Any chance the Badgers stay red hot?
I didn't trust them in East Lansing.
I lost money on that game.
Yeah, I didn't trust them in East Lansing. I should have known. Michigan State just stinks.
They just suck. Yeah. So Wisconsin, they got guys we know. They're all stapled to the floor. But when you come to Tucson,
right? I always like fading the new number 1 team, but this might be a time when I back them. I think Arizona runs them out of the gym.
I do too. no bomb there, but
no bomb there. I think Arizona runs them out of the gym. You seeing a line for that? Is that around 8?
It's at 8.5.
8.5.
Something like that.
That's what I'd say. All right, let's move on.
Let's go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where these two. I'm glad they play this game, and it's going to be played more because they're going to be in the SEC moving forward after this year.
Mm-hmm.
But Arkansas agreeing to play Oklahoma in Tulsa, which is still a pro Oklahoma crowd there. This game's awesome. You got odds on Musselman taking his shirt off.
Right.
If they win, I'd say it's like minus 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
But this game is really good. I don't know if you've caught Oklahoma yet, but Porter Moser and the Sooners. We thought it was a make or break year this year coming into the season. If you listen to our Big 12 preview, Oklahoma is 8-0. They've beaten some really quality opponents: Providence, USC, Iowa. They've done it, and now another opportunity to grab another key victory. These teams hate each other. Like the fan base is right there. Obviously Arkansas touches Oklahoma there. I'm seeing this line because it's in Tulsa. Oklahoma will be a 2.5 to 3 point favorite, we think.
Okay.
Do we got a nice little yapper in Tulsa, or do you think Porter Moser stays undefeated?
I have caught a little bit of. I like Oklahoma here.
I do too.
I don't want to force it and push it. I like Oklahoma, but I do have one coming up. And speaking of a rivalry game,
well, is one of my favorite rivalry game for this whole Saturday. I got one too. Also TCU and Clemson are playing in Canada as well. In Toronto.
Okay.
Both teams pretty good record. I see TCU is a 1 point favorite. I would actually take Clemson. I think Clemson's been playing better this year. That's on FS1. I don't know if you have a lean there. That line's razor sharp.
Yeah, I do not.
Okay. All right, folks, we got a few more we're going to give away before we get out of here. But want to tell you that the college football and college basketball experience is brought to you by Game Time. Buy tickets to your favorite event shouldn't be that stressful. CJ was just talking about going and check out, Army Navy.
Do your duty.
Dude, me and Stacking the Money Green were looking at the ticket prices.
Yeah.
Fucking $300 for the cheapest ticket to Foxborough. Is that just because Foxborough? How much were you paying?
It has to be Foxborough.
Yeah.
Maybe with that was in the Army. You got we knew some guys.
You get them in there. Yeah.
You duke the guy at the gate at the vet. He lets you in there.
Remember that guy that lived at the vet?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
There's a great story. Do a deep dive on some like homeless guy that was living at the vet in like a secret room.
Yeah.
You get to see cheerleaders and stuff?
No, cheerleaders. No, you got to see rats. I bet you got to see that. cats. Actually, the vet was famous for cats. So like
Really?
Cats would fall out of the ceiling into the offices and shit. And one time people complained. John Gruden tells the story. He complained about it one time. He goes, "What's good to deal with the cats? There's so many cats." He goes, "Well, what do you want? Cats or rats?" He goes, "The cats get rid of the rats." He's like, "All right, fair enough."
Why'd they destroy that stadium? I love that stadium.
The place is great.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking great.
That's your home field advantage there.
Mhm.
All right. Anyway,
But
folks, maybe you're trying to go to Army Navy.
But tickets were not $300. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So look, what are you doing? You don't wait last second. And if you do wait last second, you better be using Game Time. Game Time's the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and theater that is near you with killer deals on last minute tickets and their best price guaranteed. You can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you'll be having at that very event. So what are you doing, folks? Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Game Time tickets make the absolute perfect holiday gift. It goes perfect with a cup of hot cocoa and some Christmas caroling. All right. Look, download the Game Time app, create an account, use that promo code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, terms apply. Create that account, redeeming code CFBX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching. Start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right, we're back. Slate, absolutely. I'm telling you, I've already split. I have like a text chain with my brothers.
Mhm.
We've been eyeballing this Saturday college basketball slate for like a month. We're like, okay, we got some just good rivalry game. Even like the low key ones, like Louisiana Tech, stuff like that. It's just, but we have an old school Big 12 rivalry.
Yes,
Big 8 rivalry.
Love
Back to
this
the
one.
days of Doug Smith taking on fucking Rex Walters. Remember Rex
Yeah, I love
Walters?
Rex Walters. Lefty?
Yeah. Darren Morningside or something like that. Missouri at Kansas. Hunter Dickinson has been suspended. I don't know why. Hard foul. 3-game suspension.
What?
Some bullshit.
3 games they gave him for that?
I thought they did. I could be wrong. I read it in the middle of the night.
That's ridiculous.
Do a deep dive on that one real quick.
Yeah, I will.
If you don't mind.
I'll get into it.
But I'm seeing this line set, and this is pre-Dickinson.
Kansas suspended him.
I thought they suspended him for 3 games. Am I crazy?
Yeah. Let's see if let's see how long the suspension.
3.5. No, I'm sorry. 11.5 would be what the spread would be, but that might go down since Dickinson might not be playing.
It's not really giving me. Let's see. A lot of page not found. It's for that technical foul where he threw the guy down.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Flagrant foul.
Yeah, so stupid. Yeah, I'm seeing he was
next 3
suspended.
games. There you go. Part of the punishment. That's insane.
Ridiculous society we have right now. Guys just playing basketball. Is Mizzou and Dennis Gates a live dog?
Dennis Gates
in the fog against the Jayhawks.
Absolutely. I love this Mizzou team, period.
So my thing is though, they're so nasty at home. Kansas never loses at home. They lose like once every 5 years.
To play. But that offense, Missouri is on fire right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't. They're hot.
They're playing good ball lately.
Ashton Judd.
Yeah. Got the Clemson transfer at the guard spot. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now.
Haley Frank up there. He's not the transfer, but he's doing great too on offense.
Yeah. So you're buying in. You said we got a bomb here.
I'm going bomb, especially without Hunter Dickinson. They're prime for this.
Big 8 rivalry.
Big 8 rivalry. Mizzou's coming in on fire. Without Dickinson, I mean, they're prime
You're
for this.
You're probably going to be able to get like plus 350 on
I'll
this.
take this.
Yeah.
Mizzou.
Missouri Tigers. Boom.
You don't like it?
With the points, I'm okay. I'm okay with the points. I just don't think they can win it outright in the fog. The fog, you get that whistle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the floor there. They do get the whistle. They do get special treatment down there. One of the birthplace of basketball.
Yeah. Okay, but how about this one?
But I had Mizzou circled in there before the Dickinson news.
Yeah. This is my favorite. So there's throughout my time as a college basketball fan, which has been since I was like fucking 7 years old. Duke, Carolina. I've probably watched every one since I was probably 8 years old, 7 years old, something like that. There's a lot of really good rivalries in college sports, but one of the most slept on to me, and one of the ones I go out of my way to watch each and every year, is the crosstown shootout here. Xavier.
I was just going to guess
Cincinnati.
You should have let me guess it. Cincinnati Xavier. No, I can tell you. I can bet you would like Cincinnati Xavier.
The amount of fights I've seen, dildos thrown at Bob Huggins. This is the way it's supposed to be. Can you imagine you're trying to coach a game, you're coming out and someone hits you in the face with a dildo? Dude, I'd be fucking heated. I would be
Catholic.
Bobby Huggins had some big time words.
Oh my God. Dildo, what is a transgender night? Coach. Oh boy. If you don't know what we're talking about the Bob Huggins Club, of course, from the sports talk radio out there in Cincinnati. And unbelievable. Great rivalry, great Cincinnati. Just a great underrated city there where they get after.
What's your opinion on Skyline chili?
Oh, well, it's absolute garbage. Just putting fucking cinnamon in it, put pasta and shit, hot dog. Get the fuck. And it's not even that. It's just the way the Cincinnati people love it, and they have it like flown out. And
they throw it. It's a little. It's obnoxious.
It's trash. Yeah. It's absolute trash. I love the city though. I do like Cincinnati. Great museum.
Love Chris Sabo. So
Nasty Boys, Rob Dibble, Norm Shaw.
There you go. Cincinnati before last season had won 3 straight. 3 straight. That's why Travis Lexington Steele was fired and why he's at Miami, Ohio now. Mm-hmm. Sean Miller comes in year 1. Now last year was ugly. 48-35.
Right.
Whew. Oh no, that was women's. I think. What was the score last year? I'm quoting women's stats.
You can't call women ugly anymore like that.
Where the fuck is the matchup from? What is this? Anyway,
what is this?
I
mean, they haven't been beautiful this year anyway.
Wait, I'm trying to find data to back up this argument here. Where the hell? What time is that game? 5? I think it's at 5. Somewhere right around there. Yeah. Okay. So last year,
3:30 our time, Xavier Cincinnati.
So last year Xavier won 80-77.
Still ugly, I'd say.
So either way, 3-point game. Just the Centus Center is going to be rocking. Look, Xavier's lost a few in a row. They started out hot. They're now 4-5.
Yeah.
They got upset. Remember we knew they were going to be coming into the season with all these big time injuries. But they got upset by the Oakland Grizzlies. Then they lost to Houston, which no shame in that Houston loss. But then the Delaware Blue Hens right before this game, the look ahead spot.
They lost to Houston, then they lost to Delaware. Right?
Yeah, the Blue Hens got them. We were on that on the college basketball experience.
Right.
But
now they beat Cincinnati 4 years in a row,
and I think they make it. Cincinnati's flying high right now. Mm-hmm. You look at what the Bearcats are doing. They're undefeated.
Yep.
And now they got to come into the Centus Center.
I know.
Fuck out of here. We're gonna have a legit live dog. I think this line is going to be set at, if I had to guess, I think Xavier would be Cincinnati would be like a 3-point favorite if I had to guess. What do you think?
Yeah, it's because it is the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout.
The line's going to come down.
The line is going to come down. I can see this around 4.5, 4. Either way, I like Sean Miller and Xavier. They've had 3 days off now since they're to stew about this, to find out. They're already looking ahead.
Oh yeah,
off that upset.
This means something in that town.
Absolutely, goddamn
absolutely
right.
Means something in that town. I can't wait to watch this game. So I think we got a nice yapper there. Can I take you to Fort Collins where we might have a big yapper? I don't know what the hell has happened with St. Mary's. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
But Colorado State looks like a goddamn Final Four team. All right, yeah, Isaiah Stevens.
Right.
I was on the Denver Pioneers last night. They covered.
Yeah.
They were getting 23. They only lost by 10 to Colorado State. Colorado State's 9-0. First place in the Mountain West. All that stuff. First place. They look like honestly a legit. They look like they could be a Final Four team this year. St. Mary's is projected to be good in the West Coast Conference. They're 4-5. What the hell's happening to St. Mary's? Could they be a live dog? Because I actually think, if I had to guess, I think Colorado State would be a pretty big favorite. I would imagine like 7 or 8 point favorite against St. Mary's.
Yeah, I was gonna say 9.5.
Yeah, maybe even
there,
that.
even pushing 10.
We might have a
like,
bomb.
Yeah, I believe so too. I mean, they've lost tough games at Utah and Boise State. It's not like they're going through the Superman board. Then they buried Cleveland State.
Now I do worry a little bit about the altitude and stuff like that, but I mean, I think we might have a live bomb in St. Mary's. Randy Bennett's been coaching forever. Let's go. Give me the Gales.
I'm not even double thinking about it. Hit it.
All right, now we're gonna get out of here in a second, but I just wanted to ask you a couple more that I just love.
All right, let's fire
They have this one as the number 1 rated game. BYU, undefeated BYU.
Yep.
Coming into Salt Lake City,
Majerstown.
Oh man, the holy war on the hardwood.
And they hate each other.
This one, if you think Cincinnati Xavier hate each other, I think this one they hate each other more.
Because anytime you have that moral superiority, when you get the religion involved like that, like they get
a lot of fuck you behind it. Yeah,
and there's a lot of little Polynesian hot blood underneath this shit that goes on as well.
This game absolutely fantastic. Utah 6-2 and pretty damn good team. I know they just barely got by Southern Utah the other night, but that's because they rested Brendan Carlson, who I think is going to play, and he's a game time decision. But I think they rest him knowing he can play in this game because this game means something to the city.
Yeah.
I do see the line sitting there at BYU as a road favorite.
Yeah.
2 or 3 points, maybe even 4 points.
Yeah.
I think we got ourselves. Does this qualify as a bomb?
A little pup.
Little pup bomb.
I'll give it a little Puppenheimer.
Okay, pup. There we go.
Just a little Puppenheimer.
I got to ask you. So 2 more games before we get out of here. All right. Rutgers at Seton Hall. Battle of New Jersey.
Love it. One hall of a game.
They gotta love this spot. Any chance?
That's right by the Vince Lombardi rest stop there in the Garden State Parkway there at Seton Hall in
Newark.
Been
to that lovely airport.
Yeah, absolutely. Newark Airport, Piscataway.
I think this last game's on FS1. I'm thinking the spread will be right around where the fuck is this game?
It's in
I see Seton Hall as a 4-point favorite.
Yeah. Well, when you're talking North Jersey, you want to grab all those points you can because it's going to be.
They hate each other here too.
They absolutely hate each other. When you're talking about different exits, parkways and turnpikes, you know what I mean? The city games. I'll take those points to Rutgers and maybe even a little pup.
I got a bomb for you. Just discover this bomb. So we're off the reservation here.
I would not cross Shaheen Holloway. I'll tell you.
Yeah. I'm with you. You're on Rutgers. Danny DeVito. JMU is heading to Old Dominion as an 8-point favorite. I think we got ourselves a bomb.
Really? Old Dominion?
In old Norfolk, Virginia there.
Okay.
No?
I'm not with you, but I like it. I like where your head's at.
Okay.
I like that James Madison squad. That's all.
Okay. Just do it out there. What about a situation, Loyola Marymount in Vegas getting 7? UNLV I'm assuming UNLV is going to play. I know they had that tragic shit that happened yesterday. But Kelly LePepe.
That's canceled, I thought.
They canceled the Dayton game.
The Dayton
because I had money on it. Of course.
And that's why they canceled it.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, come on, no students got shot. Let's go.
Yeah.
Huh? Let's go.
I think Loyola could be live in Vegas. Okay, Gonzaga at Washington. Nightcap, 8 p.m. tip. They don't like each other here either.
No, they hate each other, especially in Gonzaga hard.
Now, the Zags are laying... What is this? Where the fuck is this game? They're laying 5 in Seattle. We got one.
We got one.
That's what I'm talking about right here. Let's go.
Finish it off with the Washington Huskies.
Give me them Huskies.
The Huskies are feeling the momentum of the football team. Fuck Gonzaga.
Yes.
And the whole state of Washington.
You're away from your little kennel.
I know.
You're away from your little kennel.
You
You're going to
get them
get
out of
bit.
Spokane, it's trouble.
Now, I'll also say this. 7:00 FCS game. The Great Danes of Albany, Reese Poffenbarger going into Moscow, Idaho to the filthy Kibbie Dome.
Mm-hmm.
I told you Southern Illinois was live last week. They weren't even trailing in the whole game.
Right.
Missed a game-winning field goal. They lose in overtime. They still covered for us. Albany's going to beat them outright.
Thank you very much.
Outright, folks. Let's go.
I hope so. I have them to win a national championship.
Let's fucking go. Reese Poffenbarger. Folks, subscribe to the college football and college basketball experience. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/the college experience. And remember, this is part of the C block. You see it right there. Guess what's up next? The bet detective and the bottom line bombs.
That's right.
All right. Give CJ Sullivan a follow on Twitter.
Big Dom Bombs at CJ Sullivan
Big Dom Bombs. There we go.
CJ Sullivan was taken on Instagram, not like Liam Neeson, but the name was taken. So I used that. I said, let's go with it.
I like it.
But subscribe to the Bottom Line Bombs right there. And just stay tuned. The show's coming up in about 10 minutes.
Right now. All right. Folks, if you can, give us a follow on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. I'm on Twitter at DColbyD. He's on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _. We'll be back later tonight talking college hoops, but in the meantime, you got the Bottom Line Bombs. What the hell's going on, folks? Stay right there. You don't even have to adjust your sets or your computer, whatever the fuck, right? Until next time, this is the college football and college basketball experience weekend bombs edition. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.